feels great to play such an iconic role. I have to say, I mean, because of the way I look, and I don't always look like this, but certainly the stuff that I have no choice about, I've been cast in a fair amount of nasty, powerful people in my time. And given that Joan Ferguson, aka the Freak, is got to be one of the most iconic, nasty people on Australian television and Australian popular culture. When I was approached about this, I squealed with delight.
Off theatre, but in TV, is your role in Wentworth, and it's something that I think were you trepidatious about taking on the role, because Joan the Freak is such a big character, and what's it been like for you? It's a pretty tricky part.
If I knew what I was taking on, I would have probably been more terrified, but I was just so excited to be asked. And she's such a great character, so complicated, so nasty.
It's so nasty.
And I love that. I love
her for it.
Yeah, I love her for it.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we like villains so much? Certainly, I know why I like playing them, but there's something about the permission or the sanction to do the unsanctionable. We give our villains permission to do the things that we are not allowed to do in real life. One of the most joyous performances I've ever had in my career was playing the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz, and I've actually done that twice.
I forgot you did that.
10-year intervals. Yeah. I think it's about time that I've revisited that again. She is far too emotional for her own good.
Well, better a surfeit than a deficit.
What does that mean?
Well, a deficit of emotion, particularly a lack of effective empathy, would make you psychopathic.
Do you think there might be a deficit in me that needs correcting? Do you think there might be something wrong with me?
This is fucked up, even for you. Here I was thinking you had it in just for me. But it was Will too, wasn't it? In fact, it's pretty much always been about Will.
You are clearly unstable, Mr.
I'm unstable. I'm just fucking rich. You had someone break in and take my journal. You get Will's place turned over, the text messages, death threats, all part of some sick vendetta because he took that baby away. Yeah, I know about Gianna and what you did to those prisoners. You're not the governor, you're a fucking psychopath.
You really think so?
I know it.
Then I'd carefully consider your next move if I were you.
You traumatised Brian to try and shut her up. But she's my witness now. I'm going straight to the department with this. I'm going to bring you down. Listen, you need to pick up your phone, mate, okay? I'm just leaving your place. I need to talk to you. It's important. Governor, I was told you wanted to see me.
Yes, Mr. Fletcher. Sit down.
I prefer to stand. Since the accident, I find I tend to cramp up if I sit for too long.
Well, I am so sorry to hear about that. Still, you have recovered remarkably well.
I have a lot to be grateful for. Your support, for one thing, Governor.
Mr. Fletcher, please, let's dispense with the false platitudes. I think we both know why you are here. I have always suspected that your brain injury wasn't as debilitating as you made out.
I'm not. I mean, I don't.
No, just stop it with the inarticulation and the slack jaw and the Neanderthal gait and the. I mean, did you really think that you could unsettle me by dredging up the past? Did you? I mean, is this the best you can do?
Governor, I don't.
You don't what, Mr. Fletcher?
I understand why you're talking to me like this.
Don't you? Do you know who this is?
No. Governor, have I done something wrong?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Fletcher. Have you? just get out. Get out! Ina.
I don't like Shiraz.
Vera, you know that I've always wanted to be more than just a mentor to you. I value our relationship. Let me explain why. I enjoy working with you. And I feel that that sense of professional satisfaction is reciprocated. I believe that we've developed a certain rapport based on mutual respect and understanding that transcends our difference in status. I'm not one to make friends. But I do feel that we share a common philosophy in when it comes to corrections. I mean, I don't feel that we're that dissimilar.
Okay, no, stop. Okay, stop. You and I are nothing like each other. I would never do to anyone what you did to me.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
During the riot, when the prisoners had a syringe to my throat, you refused to negotiate. You were willing to throw me to that pack of dogs without a second's thought.
That is not true.
It is true. If it wasn't for Mr. Channing, you would...
I don't know who you are.
Stop lying. I know what you are doing.
Somebody's trying to drive away.
You don't care about me. You have never cared about me.
I do. I do care.
They stabbed me with a needle.
Well, that is hardly my fault.
I had hepatitis C.
Go to Madison. Go to sleep, my beautiful boy.
Put him down, Warner.
I was saving him.
Put him down.
I wasn't hurting him. Honestly. I just wanted him to find some peace.
very tricky thing to try to pull off. How in the world the person who'd been running that prison would end up in Teal, in that environment, and stay alive? Certainly she would have been kept in isolation, but isolation is no help to a master Machiavellian like Joan Ferguson.
That blood on your collar there? Goodness, being governor's a dangerous job.
I just had a good day.
Where did you get that?
Mr. Shane Butler. That's Gianna's son, isn't it? The prisoner at Blackmore that you became infatuated with? Who was lynched by the other prisoners when they discovered your relationship. I did some checking up. He's 17 now, raised by foster parents. I am not the monster they make me out to be. If you want to know the truth about your mother, come and see me. I have answers for you.
You shouldn't have done that, Vera.
It's fucking governor.
How are you today, Joan?
I'll feel better when I move into general.
Yes, that's what I'm here to discuss. The governor has asked me to assess your readiness for general from a psychological viewpoint.
Obviously.
I understand it must be quite boring here for you.
It's an isolation unit. There is no stimulation whatsoever.
You're not concerned about the risk to yourself, physically, from the other prisoners in general?
Not at all.
And why is that?
It's not obvious to you.
Because you're superior?
Yes. You're not assessing, you're scoring.
That's all part of it, I'm afraid, Joan. Can we continue?
Tell you what, you ask me a question and then I'll ask you one. Quid pro quo.
You know, that's not how it works, Joan.
I'll start. You had some free moves already. What was your favorite childhood game? All right. Is there anything you've never told your parents? Have you ever been raped?
I'm not answering any of your questions.
You just did. Now I understand your reluctance to play. It's a bit close to the bone. What if I ask you about somebody else? Vera, for example. What's your opinion of her? Really? Your professional opinion?
Miss Bennett is an extremely capable governor. The media love her and she is respected by all.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. You know as well as I do she's weak. She's a pathetic little creature. She would have languished upstairs forever as a shit kicker had I not mentored her. You'll be fascinated to know that her only act of courage was to euthanize her own mother.
You truly are a cunt.
Thank you. Of course, none of this recording will be any use to you. You are recording it.
Where's the phone? Where is it? If you don't give it to me now, I will have this cell tossed.
It's you.
What?
It's you.
What is me?
Do you know what it's like to be alone? A real loneliness. Not having a connection with another human being, not who your friends are, your family, and it's like it feels like floating in space. Untethered. Abandoned. Just surrounded by nothing.
Okay, I don't know what you're playing at.
Except for a single point of light. Just this gut certainty that there is something in my life of value and meaning that's real. And it was always there. It was like a pulse. A number. And I didn't know what it was or what it meant. I just knew. I just knew that it was really important to me that this number connected me to something, to someone who could connect me to who I am. And who could release me from this. It was you.
Back to the events of April 24th. Do you remember that date?
I believe that was the date I emerged from my coma.
Can you share with us your recollection of that event?
I recall being in hospital, seeing various people who've been brought in to identify me.
Because you were unable to identify yourself. Were these people that you knew? Were they significant to you? Miss Ferguson, is it true that you have absolutely no recollection of being Joan Ferguson? That you in fact recall nothing of these supposed events you've been accused of? That you don't remember anything at all of your entire past prior to waking up in hospital after being viciously assaulted? Miss Ferguson. Miss Ferguson.
No,
No, you have no recollection of being Joan Ferguson.
no, I lied. I am Joan Ferguson.
You mean legally you are Joan Ferguson, even though you don't remember being her?
I remember everything. I recovered my full memory some time ago. I have been misleading Dr. Miller in order to manipulate this trial. He's been giving me a drug to stimulate my memory, but it's actually helped curb my impulses.
Miss Ferguson, I think you're confused. Would you like to take a moment to
If I am
gather your thoughts?
released and I go off Sildryson, I will not be able to control my psychopathy. The only safe place for Joan Ferguson is behind bars.
Order!
Miss Ferguson, I'm confused. What is it that you're telling this court?
I wish to change my plea, Your Honor, to guilty.
Why did you do that? I watched that jury. You had them eating out of your hand. They would have acquitted you. You would have walked free. Is your desire to destroy us so consuming you would sacrifice your own freedom for it? I know you don't. You never do anything unless it serves your own purpose. So what is your end game, you crazy fucking lunatic?